Greetings and welcome to Imprinting Color. My name is Liz, aka pezliz, and welcome to another episode. Aren't you glad you haven't missed this one? Because today we're going to be talking about something that maybe some people are excited about and others might not be, but it is definitely spooky season coming soon. So one of the things that we're definitely going to be printing with during spooky season is orange filaments. So I'm going to go over some of my favorite Polymaker Orange filaments with you. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to have links to all the filaments and of course the models in the description. But for everyone that's joining us live here on twitch.tv/pezliz, stay tuned for some really fun filaments. So first up, I have one of my favorite models that I printed for the festive season, and that is James the Printer's Pumpkin Candy Bowl. And this is printed in Polymaker's Fall Gradient PLA. Now, this is a beautiful matte gradient, and as you can see, you get to transition from the orangey yellow into a darker orange, into a reddish orange, and all the way through. Now, to show you how awesome this filament is, I have printed this at 100% size, at 75% size, and at 50% size. So at 75% size, you can see you get a slower gradient for this filament. And then, of course, at 50% size, you get another slower gradient. So this is a super fun filament. It sort of takes the look of, fall sunsets, all the fall flavors, and depending on what you print with it, you get all sorts of fun effects. So the fall gradient, of course, is a staple orange color for fall. My absolute favorite orange for fall and for the spooky season has to be Polymaker's Neon Orange. Now, this is Built Over Bot's skull bucket, and this cute skull, which I printed twice because I love it so much and I share it with trick-or-treaters. This is in the Neon Orange PLA. Now, the Neon Orange is creamy, dreamy, and glows on its own. And with this cute little skull, it takes on, sort of a pumpkin look. The really nice thing about this filament is that it's got a beautiful, vibrant color, and it also is a little bit UV reactive. So it's kind of fun to see the way that this one works. So absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I love that one. Now there are more. There are many, many more. And of course, another one that I absolutely love is from Polymaker's Luminous line. Now, a lot of people may not be familiar with the Luminous line, and this is where I want you to get ready for the spooky season. Because with Polymaker's Luminous filaments, unlike traditional glow-in-the-dark filaments, they actually show as a regular color, and then they do glow in the dark. They are UV reactive. So this is Fix 'em Dudes spooky, I think it's called a spooky pumpkin spooky pumpkin potion bottle, and this is in the Luminous Orange. I just used the neon green for the top of this one, Polymaker's Neon Green, but it does twist open. And I think this would be really cool to put some fairy lights into, or a little battery operated light and have it glow. You could certainly size this up too, and have this glowing all season. So this is another gorgeous orange. Another absolutely beautiful orange and a fun model is PolyFlex TPU 95. So this is Daddy Wazzy's flexi pumpkin, as you can see, and it's perfect in the orange PolyFlex TPU 95. Not only does it look cute, of course, in any size printed, but you can have it as a fidget. So it's a super fun model and great for the holiday season. Another color that I absolutely love is something that is fairly new. And it's so new that I haven't printed the top for it, but this is Polymaker's Orange HT-PLA. So this is a Bugman. I think this is called I'm So Pretty Pumpkin. And with Bugman's pumpkin here, the really neat thing is that it's printed in HT-PLA. And with HT-PLA, of course, this is really good for outdoors. So if you live in a warmer climate, your pumpkin's not going to melt. If you are using some light, your pumpkin's not going to melt because this filament can withstand up to 150 degrees Celsius. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say put a lit candle underneath it, but you could certainly use it with some outdoor lights, and it can withstand the weather because it is this beautiful HT-PLA. And I really love the matte finish on this and the detail that you can get with this. And the really nice bonus that I've actually learned from my colleague Zombie Hedgehog is that HT-PLA can be printed pretty fast. And because it prints fairly hot and pretty fast, you still end up with a really smooth finish. The other really nice bonus of using HT-PLA is the way supports just peel right off. Absolutely gorgeous. So this is another fun seasonal pumpkin. Now, it's not all about pumpkins, but I do have more. So I'm going to show you this next one. This is in the neon again, the neon orange. I just love this so much. This is the neon orange PLA, and of course neon green. This is another James the Printer model. This is his neon. Well, this is his pumpkin bucket. But inside the pumpkin bucket, we have some treasures. And what treasures? What treasures, may you ask? They are some yet unreleased models by Fix'em Dude. So Fix'em Dude has some trains coming soon. So I want to show you a couple more orange colors with these trains. And you can get excited about these as excited as I am. So this is again the Luminous Orange. And you can see a little bit more of the color contrast. This is, beside the Luminous Orange, we've got the Neon Orange. And then I also have Polysonic Orange. So this is a beautiful pumpkin color as well. As you can see, we've got three beautiful, beautiful oranges here to share with you. And I also have another pumpkin. Where are you, pumpkin? We're gonna find it. We're gonna find it. And I have some more orange colors. So just give me a moment here and I'm gonna grab them. And we have even more to showcase with you. And we're back with more beautiful orange goodness. This is another model by a friend of ours. This is Bearded Pumpkins. I said it. I knew I was gonna mess this up, and I said it. So this is gonna stay in the edit. This is Bearded Printers, not Bearded Pumpkin. I mean, we should call him Bearded Pumpkin for the season. This is Bearded Printers. I can make it a Bearded Pumpkin. This is Bearded Printers Pumpkin. There you go. Bearded Pumpkin. There you go. Here's a bearded pumpkin. This is Bearded Printers pumpkin for this year, and it's got a really neat twist lock. So it's super fun that, of course, this pumpkin, which could be used for Thanksgiving or Halloween, of course, this beautiful pumpkin just has a nice twist lock feature to keep all of your treasures hidden. And what treasures are inside this pumpkin, you may ask? Well, first of all, I'm going to do an example of the twist lock. Shoosh, there we go. There's the twist lock, but we're going to unlock it. And the treasures inside are floppy pumpkins. So Bearded Printer has a whole collection of floppy everything. And these floppy pumpkins, which I printed at regular size and I think 75% size, are all inside here for your trick-or-treaters. We've got some luminous orange, we've got some neon orange, we've got some polysonic orange, all kinds of fun colors. But yes, so this is perfect for handing out your trick-or-treats, having on display during the season, and having lots of fun. Now, Polymaker has many other oranges, including, of course, the Fire HT-PLA, which I have shared before. This is an absolutely gorgeous gradient with oranges and dark oranges. Absolutely beautiful, again, for the holiday season. Similar to the fall gradient, but a little bit different. And of course, it's HT-PLA, so it can withstand extreme temperatures. So this is another one to have fun with if you're going to print a jack-o'-lantern, or if you're going to print candy corn, all sorts of things. So it's a really fun color. So whether you're printing your traditional pumpkins, your skull trick-or-treat bins, your candy bowls, or of course, oranges in general, Polymaker's got you covered with all different shades of orange for this season, and of course for any other season. There's definitely an orange that will match your favorite sports team. There's oranges for Thanksgiving, and of course oranges that will glow for spooky season. So aren't you glad I covered these filaments and shared them with you? Let's take a look at them, some of these on the Polymaker website, and how you might want to print with these filaments. Just a quick little lesson. So first of all, we're going to share the PolyFlex, so the TPU 95. So with this TPU, the first rule of TPU that I have is, of course, pop it in a filament dryer. So your poly dryer, even fresh out of the package, it does need a little bit of time in the dryer. And my tip for printing with TPU, or thermoplastic polyurethane, is print hot and slow. So you're going to be able to get really fine details, whether it's a jack-o'-lantern or, of course, pretty much anything, if you print hot and slow. My other tip, my personal tip for printing with TPU, is, of course, have the shortest filament path possible from your filament to the extruder, and that of course eliminates the common problems I have with TPU, which is the TPU tangling or getting stuck. So if you have a short path and print hot and slow, you're doing well. What does Polymaker say? Direct extruder with a gear ratio, mechanical advantage, highly recommended. See, exactly what I said, but I said it more in layman's terms. Will be very difficult to print with a small nozzle diameter. So definitely 0.4 nozzle and above. And of course, it says here, if using a stock older style printer, we would recommend printing very slow. I still say print slow regardless, to have the best quality. So there is your answer for the TPU. Of course, we were talking about other filaments here, including the Luminous. Now, the Luminous, as I said, is one of my personal favorites, as opposed to a glow-in-the-dark filament, because it actually shows the color. Now, with Luminous filament, it is abrasive. So you are going to want to use a hardened steel nozzle, or if you're using brass nozzles, you're going to want to change that out right away. But definitely with this, you also want to make sure that you have a pretty decent path. Sometimes there is a little bit of brittleness or breakage at the beginning of the spool, so you're going to want to keep an eye on that. But it does print on any stock 3D printer, and as it says, you'll want to print slower on the stock older printers. But with the Luminous PLA, again, you've got that fun glow, but also the regular color, the everyday color. With the, of course, gradient matte, the only thing that I really want to go over with this is, of course, the cycle distance. So we talked about these jack-o'-lantern, these candy bowls, jack-o'-lantern candy bowls, and of course you can see the stripes in here. Now the cycle is 90 grams. So the cycle of 90 grams means going from this yellow to that yellow, or of course this red to that red, is 90 grams of filament. So in a bowl like this, as you can see, we probably got a little over 200 grams of filament based on the gradient there. But when you're printing with Polymaker gradients, it's a great idea to take a look at the cycle, because the cycle will help you when you're printing things, whether they are a small item or of course a larger item. If you're printing smaller items and you want to have the full gradient, then you might want to consider printing multiples of those. So that's a good tip. And of course, while we're here, we will take a look at the HT-PLA because we did show you 2 different HT-PLAs. All right, so let's go to HT-PLA. And in Polymaker HT-PLA, I did share the absolutely gorgeous orange. And with the orange and with the fire, you're going to be using HT-PLA settings. The fire has a 120 gram cycle. Of course, I've done this beautiful giant crown, great for the holiday season, spooky holiday season, that is. And so you've got a 120 gram cycle to get the full gradient. But if you're doing like a big jack-o'-lantern, that can be really fun for all those effects. And of course, this is just the regular orange, but a beautiful color of orange. And like I said, great for outdoors. So when we're taking a look at HT-PLA, it can withstand up to 150 degrees Celsius, prints just like normal PLA, and of course has a beautiful side effect of being able to withstand those temperatures and makes it better to put on your porch. So HT-PLA is absolutely gorgeous and a fun choice no matter where you live. Now, of course, there are, ABS, ASA, and other materials, but we're sort of covering these oranges that I've decided to cover. Perhaps we'll do more in future. But again, fun to educate yourself by using the Polymaker website and get even more information on how to print your filaments, because of course, knowledge is power when it comes to printing. I hope that you've enjoyed taking a look at some of these awesome orange filaments, their fun effects, and the different designers that are providing these spooky models. I have on every platform amazing Halloween design lists. So take a look at those. I'll link those in the description below. And happy printing. This has been in printing color. As I've mentioned, filmed live on twitch.tv/pezliz, but also available to you on YouTube. Thank you to Polymaker for providing us with the filament for this amazing content. Thank you to the designers for this content, and stay tuned for more.